same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, my growing extended beautiful family, just thank you so much for the love and support. Being able to know we all can relate in many ways. Even though we are dealing with different situations as well as overbearing at times circumstances, trust and believe is going to strengthen you in many ways. That was truly needed. So, with that being said, much love to all. Namaste, love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. And if you are comfortable enough, please drop me a line or two. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback or the content of my video, or you're just up telling me about your empathic gift, how it impacts your life and heading you towards positive direction. And if you feel like the videos are giving you, is very informative, giving you vibes or any good, uplifts that you were truly needing, that you would love to share with a loved one, family, or friend, or even fellow empaths that are going through trying times and need spiritual guidance, or just needing confirmation or validation towards life path or even soul purposes, please go ahead and share them while you're at it. Give it a thumbs up, like, and also share on your social media favorites wherever you see fit. Thank you once again for the love and support is appreciated on many levels, and I hope you're able to resonate with the content of my video. And the music that I'm listening to, and well, the meditation music I'm listening to in the background is Akuna Matata. No worries. Let go of anxiety, fear, stress. Everything is going to be okay, and it surely is. It's all about what you can believe you will achieve. And the video I'm doing is called Twin Flame 101 Heyoka's movies, music, movies, books. You're drawn to gives you the heads up about your life. That is so true. I was just talking about that the other day, and it's like a lot of times, before you went through your spiritual awakening, before you were awoken, and being able to see past the 3D, you allowed yourself to separate from that. You don't realize that there's a lot of things that your personal interests in life is guiding you towards, like an intel, what I'm saying? It's just like an inside track of the information you are getting in an indirect but direct way, because it's like when I'm going back and seeing a lot of different movies that has played a big major part in my life. And I'm a movie buff, I'll read some books as well. um and even things that I'm drawn to, that might pop up in my head, it resonates, like, with a gut punch, and I'm like, dang, that's deep, you know. So it's just like when I allow myself to look, because I keep a collection of DVDs in my house, and it's just like everybody used to call me the blockbuster. It's like, girl, you got so many daggone movies. So it's like that at times. So there's times like if me and my daughters were, we're doing our movie night or whatever, and we go through it, I start looking at the titles that I had, and I said, you know what, this mess was telling me about myself a long time ago, because I've been, collecting DVDs and stuff like that since, almost close to, yeah, it's 20 years. Like, God dog, can't believe it's been that long. But it allowed me to really truly understand, what it was trying to prepare me for. Like I told y'all a couple of days ago, uh, The Exorcist was, I think that was my first scary movie I've ever watched. Um, and it was like I was very curious about it. It did give me kind of nightmares, but it's like my mom was like, I understand my daughter's different, but this is some demented stuff she watching. I said, because my mom was like, you gonna watch this with me? She said, hell no, I'm not about to watch that with you. She don't do scary movies like that. She's like, I gotta sleep at night. I can't sleep. And and it's crazy because it was just like the first time I saw that, I remember I had a big energy shift. It was like that big notification type of, notification qualification, confirmation, all those different things that knocked all the power out through the whole military base on that street. And it was like, see, my mom threw that daggone VHS tape out so quick. She said, don't bring that mess back in my damn house no more. Said, see, you don't watch this mess, it don't knocked all the power out in the house. So, and I started looking at all these different things I was very much drawn to. I love watching Chris Angel, Mind Freak. I always, admired him. I think I had like a little crush on him. It was kind of weird because it was just like, I think I got like the first 3 or 4 seasons, but it was like one time I seen his haircut and I was like, what are you reminding me of? And didn't realize it was like, that was like reminding me of my dad because my dad had that same exact haircut. And it was like when my dad was still performing at the Aladdin, he was getting his hair done by my dad's barber. I mean, hairdresser. He was like, shoot, I like, his haircut. So I went to go get it myself. So it was like crazy how certain things just went into my life. I'm not an illusionist or anything like that, but it's just the magic that you hold. I can really connect with that. And especially was the thing about, I'm a musician and stuff like that. My dad was like, no, no musicians. No, hell no. So, also it was like different things, Buffy and the Vampire Slayer. Um, we slay demons all the damn time. We sit up here fighting evil every day, carrying the weight of the world on our shoulders. You're not really supposed to be able to tell people about what we are, or people pass judgment on that. And it was just like certain things, the Covenant, the what was it, the movie Practical Magic, um what was it, the Craft. God, dog, it was so many different ones that I was drawn to. Happy Birthday, Happy Birth. What is it? Happy Death Day, and it was just basically how she was avoiding her birthday. She had a thing that she hated her birthday every time it came around. It was like, uh, basically, it was a cruel reminder of everything she went through. I could totally relate. Flatliners, I was the type of person that always try to find a subliminal message that, I was guided towards this movie for. And if anybody ever watched, I watched the one with Kiefer Sutherland. I think it was Kiefer Sutherland and Julia Roberts and a couple of other people. And then with the one that they had this time, I can't really remember them. I know it was the girl from Juno. I can't remember all the other people were in that. But um that movie was like the subliminal messages is being able to make peace with your past and forgive yourself for the things that you have you is haunted you for years. And it was just like when I saw that, are you talking about somebody? I was like, I started tearing up, and I was just like, dang, and then Insidious, I just did a video about that. So it was just like a lot of things that was really actually preparing me for the things that I was able to do. Constantine, I tried to commit suicide and just, a few times, but just basically being able to save the world in some kind of way. Legend, was it Legion? Basically, all those different things that are coming to the world, and we're playing our part. Devil's Advocate, all those different things. And I still haven't watched Devil's Advocate yet. I got it, I pulled it out today, and I'm gonna go ahead and watch that later on tonight. But all these different things are drawing towards you. Music that I was listening to, I know, was it 2 weeks ago, um all of a sudden I started having this song playing in my head, and there's a lot of songs that will resonate with me, and all of a sudden I'm like, ooh, where did that song come from? And I was thinking about the song Frozen, and it was basically about you're not, when you're allowing yourself to consume, basically staying more focused on the pain and the anger that you have. You're being cold because you're closing off the love that's trying to come towards you. You're blocking that. Or basically, what is her other one? This was off of Ray of Light and an Erotica album. I loved her back in the days. I'm trying to get to her. I'm trying to get her right now, but I'm just like, I don't know what Madonna doing right about now. But there's a lot of different songs that she had that I used to play out. Like my kids used to take my CDs and make sure it's like, Mom, you were playing that song way too much. And I did not know why there are certain songs that has really made me emotional. It's like my soul knew, but I wasn't, it wasn't going to a full force to get me to understand because I wasn't awoke yet. So it's just like a lot of these things you're being drawn to tells you about your life, tells you the things that, when you're asking for that sign, it is just like it's drawn to you for you to be able to get that answer. All these different things that was coming up, even the Vatican tapes. I love that movie. And if it's the end, a homegirl talking about she is the alpha and the omega, the antichrist of the antichrist, and it's just a lot of things that's coming our way that has not been yet revealed, even though it's already here. It's been here. It was just, God's waiting for his moment. Universe is waiting for that moment for that chosen one to step out, show up and show out. All these different things are coming, whether it's a chosen one, where is it something that is coming towards the world as in a whole. All these different things are transpiring in the world. And it's just like, they were reminding us of this a long time ago. Even with Eagle Eye, that movie with Shia LaBeouf in it. No, was it Shia LaBeouf and Will Smith? I don't know, but it was that one about where they're sitting up here videotaping you in your webcams and your phone and stuff like that, and that Google thing that you have that speaker. Hey, you don't realize they recording you from that too. And it's just crazy how I can sit up here and be saying something, and I'm like, you know what? Let me go look this up, and all of a sudden, before I type the whole thing in, it done came up already. If they ain't sitting up here telling you anything, and even the movie Red, I love John Malkovich. He had me laughing. He was like, Kurt, what was his name? Bruce Willis sat up here and told, oh girl, I forgot what her name is. God dog it, I like her too. But when he said, "Hey, don't sit up here and talk about cell phones and satellites," he's like, "Why?" Because they've been feeding him LSD for the last 11 years. Anytime you start talking about that, then he goes straight bonkers. And I was just like, "Oh my god," because that movie was so daggone funny. But it's like all these different things is telling you something about your life that you really needed to know. And it is just like, all these things are showing to you, whatever books that if you're a book buff, allow yourself to just look at the library that you keep and the things that you were drawn to that you did not yet know, but it was being revealed to you about where your future is going to take you. All these different things that has really happened. And it was just like, the more you connect with other empaths, the more you're open to receiving the gift of knowledge, your blessings that have not yet be revealed, but yet they're setting you up for that. All those different things are taking place in life that has not yet revealed itself to you, but is preparing you for it. And it's just like you're allowing yourself to really see the subliminal and things that's being guided towards you. I remember how I used to cry off of Sixth Sense and did not realize that's what I had anyway. It's like talking about I see dead people, or I see not what was it when I said that on the post. It's like I see fake people, or I see narcissists. You see all that stuff, and a lot of times you were unaware about that. I couldn't really express myself like that because it was always seen to not my mom, because my mom was an empath as well. She was like one of the ancient ones. And I know she said, "Speak for yourself." I just heard her. I wasn't talking about you being old, mom. And I just heard a loud and clear. Hey, wait a minute now. Your soul is the ancient one. I wasn't trying to say you are ancient, because you looking at me with them blue eyes and stuff like that. That's the only woman I know that had that Wesley Snipe melanin complexion, beautiful, and had sky blue eyes like a wolf. Like when she passed away, these daggone doctors had enough nerve to ask me, "Hey, can you donate your mom's eyes to science?" I'm looking at this phone like, I know the hell you did not just ask me that, and my mom just not even been dead a whole good 2 hours yet, and you're asking for my mom's eyes, because he said we never seen an African American woman like that in the United States with eyes like that, because her eyes, when I say they were wolf blue, they were wolf blue. And it was, she's been like that since she was a little girl. And I was just like, no, my mom said how she got here is where she leaving. No, hell no. You are not going. No. It's like, well, they'll don't even, no, don't even ask that. No, 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 no. So it's just like a lot of things has taken place in the life where, it's basically prepared you for the things you really truly needed to know on a deeper level. And it's just like, I was talking to other people, and I said, are you that type of person when you're drawn to something, you're trying to see what was so drawn about that you had to go see it. And it was just like, it would be things that were really drawing you back, and it's like a WTF moment. Like, are you serious? Is this what you trying to tell me? And all that stuff. Even when uh Passion of the Christ. I only saw that movie twice, and it was just like, when you talk about somebody was like crying, like, this is no, this is not what I'm going to be watching. My mom begged me to take her to the movies, and where I was living at in the Midwest, they had people that went to go see this movie. Like, that movie sold out. It was two older people that watched that and died in the movie theater. And I told my mom, "No, you already got a bad heart. No, no, mm-mm." There's certain things I just couldn't see. And then when I watched it, and this is before I knew about my spiritual gifts, I started having flashbacks of what took place, and not everything that they talked about is not actually how it went. So I was angry, but yet I was confused, and I'm just trying to understand what the heck I was remembering for this time, because I used to have nightmares about certain things that went on in that era. So it's just like, people ask me, you read the Bible? I'm like, no. Because anytime I read it, it was like I started getting flashes of, prior lives, and I didn't know what that was, but I remember certain things that went down at that time, and certain things were embellished. I don't disrespect anybody that wants to read the Bible. I don't do that, and I tell people that it's not because I don't believe in God. I'm a very, very believer of God. I'm a God fearing woman. I'm just very spiritual. I'm not religious. I don't need that type of label on myself. I feel like I can, praise my God at home. I ain't got to be in somebody else's building, be paying their bills for them to be telling me something that I can get at home, you know? So it's just like all these different things has opened me up, allowed me to keep going more for my knowledge, learning more. If it's not people sending me stuff and telling me their side of views, I'm finding these things through what spirit is bringing me to, or what I allow myself to be open to. And there's a lot of times when I was first starting my journey, when I started, right before I started doing the videos, it was like certain things would be said into my head, and it was already scary, because this is before I even knew what a spiritual awakening was. It was just certain things being guided towards me, or my dad really wanted to be able to speak to me from his heart. I was able to spirit right, and it was like something I didn't even know I could do, because it's like, me and my dad is been on and off in communication for years, but the only way he can talk to me and keep in touch with me is if he never told me his identity to me. And it's just at times when I see his picture, or I look at interviews he's been in, and I'm like, damn, I really talked to my dad. He was like, oh, you really talked to Prince? And he was like, I'm tired of you looking at me like that, because that's how other people see me. You should just see me as Pop, sis. I'm just your dad. And I'm just like, but still, you are who you are. And, I get that little eye roll, whatever. But it was just like being able to put those two in the same, because it's like it was hard for me to grasp the concept, because he's always been that deep talker. But when we talked on the phone, it was totally different than what people would see out in the norm, or people were used to. It was like with me, everything, it was like my dad was a very private person. Meeting some of his band members and stuff like that, me being able to give them the other side to the story, it made a lot of sense, because they never really got what he was doing, because it's like, oh, who is this song about? He'll just smile, or he wouldn't really tell you, and you just like, okay, let's just learn the song and keep going. But going through all these different things, and being able to even look back of certain things that's taken place about my dad. When especially I saw the first movie, Purple Rain, everybody, there was people that found out that that was my dad, and they were like, Rosalind, is this about his life? Somewhat it is. There's certain things that did not happen, like my grandfather never tried to kill himself. uh my grandmother slash mom, his mom wasn't of like Italian race. I think that one was like Italian or mixed, uh Puerto Rican or something like that. My grandmother's like Hispanic and Creole, put together along with African American. But it was just like a lot of things that was about his life. Being able to see, there are certain parts of the movie that was played, and it really triggered him in certain times. It was the part when his dad was in the hallway crying, and his dad, my grandfather, had told him not to get married, not to have children. And when Clarence Williams said that whatever you do, don't get married. And you just see him staring off into space, and it was like his heart broke at that time because he knew that's the main reason why he wasn't able to keep me, because he was not married to my mom. That was the only way that they could not, him and my mom could not, you know, um, they had to get married for them to be able to keep me. My grandparents on my mom's side said, no, she is not going to have this baby out of wedlock. You need to go ahead and get that contract signed. And when you get that, then we're going to, then that's it. But, if you don't get the contract, we have to give her up for adoption. And it was like crazy, right? On my birthday, well, the delivery date when I came in, he signed a contract. What was his name? Owen Harvey. I think that's my dad's first manager. They got it on May 19th, which the day I was born, and it fell right through. And, it's just like certain things I've been drawn to when it came to that, and then when they said that about the movie, I think the director knew, because he started getting very emotional when they were talking about that part. They said, how did you make that part really work for you? Because that, my dad, and then he made the band go towards acting classes, and he told him that part, of, what happened for him to be able to say, no, I went through this. I couldn't get married, and I lost my daughter on the part of that. So there was a lot of songs in that movie uh, that was about, our connection. It was just especially the one, what was it, Computer Blue. And and there was certain people that has been connected with me, and they would ask me about certain songs, and they even asked about Computer Blue, like, why did he only do that first verse, and then he went to Papa's song, um, do that second verse. I said, because he knew this was going to come out. He knew there might be a 50-50 chance that I watched that. He cannot reveal that he had a child at that time. So when you hear it on the record, you will hear him talk about, where's my baby, where is she going, or the daughter left before the dawn, when he did the remix to it. And then it was just like, when I told the band that, they were like, you know what, now this makes total sense. It sounds crazy as hell, but it makes a lot of sense. So there's a lot of things that came to my life to reveal a lot of things that I have went through and I experienced before I can really know it. It was just like, it was crazy. The same night that I watched Purple Rain, when it came out on HBO, we were watching this Lifetime movie where this rock star was trying to see his daughter, and they kept, changing places, moving and stuff, so he couldn't find her. And I got really upset, and I told my mom, I said, all he wants to do is see his daughter. He loves his daughter, and they keep taking him away. And I was crying, and I did not know why. I was like about 7 or 8 years old when that came out. So it was just like, I didn't realize. And my mom and her husband got into a cussing match, because she knew it was, me indirectly saying basically what was going on in my life. So it's just like, now, since I've been wide awake, it has opened me up to so many different things. It's just like, with being a twin flame, they send you different songs that, even when you're not speaking to them, when you're allowing yourself to be open, even though you might be separated physically, you're always in oneness, and nothing, when you have a bond like that, is death and separation doesn't exist with that, because y'all are all one. So there's a lot of things that is, revealing itself to you, that you need to know on so many different levels, and things is being mirrored to you, either about your life that you need to know, or there's things that you need to further explore, allowing yourself to be open to what things are helping you heal with, or helping you understand, because there's a lot of times we speak to ourselves, and people are like, why do you all do that? Why are you crazy or something? Why do you keep talking to yourself? And I say, you realize that we are talking to the universe. We get our answers through that way, and you're able to get the answers that you truly need about things that you're drawn to. And a lot of people that have uh subscribe to my channel, and it's just like, they always say, well, there's a lot of people, not everybody, but there's a lot of people that said, I was listening to your dad's music, or he just came to my head, and the next thing you know, I was drawn to you. And I said, it's just kind of like, he's I don't know if he's like your guardian angel or something like that, and he knows your spiritual strength or your spiritual gifts, and it's like, a lot of people's past loved ones guide you towards this, universe guides you towards me, or it's just you listening to my dad's music guides towards you like that. And there's a lot of people that have reflected on that, or you know being able to find out a deeper level about this from the videos that I took, that I choose to do. And it's just crazy because I have to ask the universe, I'm like, you know what, you never asked me to do anything about the twin flames or the indigos or the blue rays or the infjs or the wiccans or the pagans anymore. And they were like, no, there's so many heyokas that are popping up, or awakening towards their craft, their gift that they're unaware of, and they need to know this. They need to know the things that we deal with on a daily basis, the things that we can relate to, reflect to, being able to heal ourselves at. So it's just like when I noticed that, it's like, dang, I have like almost close to 800 and some videos when it comes to just Heyokas and just still counting. So, being able to understand everything that's being drawn to you is revealing something to you that you might not have known, or you didn't catch, or it went straight over your head, because it's like if you have listened to music that you are drawn to and it set emotions like into play, set the wheels of emotions on. Um, and then now if you watch it'll make so much sense to you about certain things that you have listened to, because those songs or those movies was basically preparing you for the things that you're currently doing now. And it's a beautiful, it can be very overwhelming, it can be sad, and it can be a little bit of a shocker, and at times it can be surreal. But then it's just like, why couldn't these things be possible? It's like the universe was preparing you for the things that you needed to know about yourself on so much of a different level that you didn't even think was coming that way, because there's people who are contacting me and saying, I'm finding out more about myself. And there's times that you can put videos out and there's something I'm asking myself, and boom, next thing you know, you put it out. And all these different things are being revealing to you because you truly need to know. A lot of times we fear what we don't understand. We avoid what hurts, even though the truth is in what hurts, but it's all about what you're allowing yourself to be open to. Yeah, it might hurt, but don't think that purpose is trying to hurt you, is trying to show you, what you choose to avoid, you choose to ignore, or you really need to come to terms with. So those are the things that had to take place in your life. So I hope that you were able to resonate with the content of my video. I hope that um, that you're having a blessed weekend, being responsible at everything you do. um, I would love to give a post notification shout out to Katie Straight, as well as S. Harris and Akia. Um, Much love to you, and as well as King Heyoka. Much love to you as well. Like and subscribe, drop a line. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me. Um, Share, hit the notification button so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. Tell people about the channel. It'll be truly appreciating. Thanks for the support already as it is, because our spiritual family is really growing rapidly. So I'm very happy about that. The more we connect with, it's like the more we can share our adventures as well as our views on different things that comes out in life, that others, we can really truly benefit on, just to be able to know there's other people that are really relating to the things that we go through in our day-to-day life. So uh, know that you are truly blessed, highly favored, and forever loved. And knowing there's always somebody out there praying for your better days. And I hope that everything you're trying to achieve in life comes 100,000 times more than what you asked for, and it comes so much sooner than you expected to. Make sure you give out love, life, positivity, as well as prosperity, words, vibes, and frequencies. You never know, all those things can really take somebody a long way. So I will see y'all on my next video. Be safe and be responsible. Much love. Peace. Be well.